welcome to the Daily Gospel of John. Glad you're watching. We're looking at verse 27 in John 10. Jesus is speaking. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. Okay, in that one verse, Jesus just gave three primary characteristics of his true followers. One is he said, my sheep listen to my voice. Before I was a follower of Jesus, before I had that new spiritual birth through faith in him, I had no desire whatsoever to hear some religious mumbo jumbo from an old book. After I became a Christian, I can't get enough of this thing, and it's been over 30 years. The Old Testament stories, the New Testament, how it all knits together, the teachings of Jesus and how they impact my life, what is yet to come in the prophecies and the eternity that's to follow. I can't get enough. And not only do I hear his voice in the scripture and I want to listen more, but also through his spirit within. He says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will guide you with my eye upon you. And so there's a very personal listening that goes on in my life and in the lives of millions of other Jesus followers as they listen to the voice of their shepherd. And so that's one characteristic. Secondly, he said, I know them. And to the degree that we decide to hide out in the darkness, we're unknowable. Jesus said on the judgment day, he'll say to some, depart from me, I never knew you. Now he knows the thoughts of all. Everything is open and laid bare before the eyes of him to whom we must give an account, the scripture says in Hebrews 4. But as far as knowing in relationship, we can make ourselves unknown in the sense if we hide out in the darkness of deceit, the lies of sinfulness. But to the extent that we walk in the light and open our hearts before him in all of our broken imperfection, we are known by him in the relationship. As it says in 1 John 1, if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. David said in Psalm 139, he said, search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts, and see if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the path everlasting. See, David, though he was flawed, he wanted to be an open book before God because he didn't want any distance between he and God. He wanted to have that close intimacy. And so he invited him in, and we can do that. And so Jesus said, my sheep listen to my voice. I know them in the relationship. And thirdly, they follow me. They follow me. Is it your burning desire to follow the shepherd? Is it your desire to please him? Is it your desire to walk with him and in his ways, knowing full well that you'll stumble along the way? But in a general sense, and I don't mean every instant of every day, but in a general sense, is your heart tilted toward him and following and obeying him? If not, and if you don't really want to hear what he has to say, and if you don't really want to be an open book for him, I have to question, do you belong to him? And if you don't, that's okay. Be honest. But ask him to let you experience that new life that only he can give you through faith in him. If you are following him, you are his sheep. And there's really good news we'll get into tomorrow. If you belong to him, awesome news forever. Well, thanks for watching, and God bless.